Hey everyone. Okay, so I got another dev vlog coming up right now here at this very point in time. And I'm just going to talk about things for a little bit as far as the project is concerned and how things have been kind of going with uh, live streaming and making, just keeping that kind of stuff up regularly. So I have been live streaming on D Live regularly pretty much every day of the week at this point in time. Maybe a bit unsustainable to some possible degree, but ultimately, I think it's a good thing that at least I'm kind of doing that, even if I am just kind of using it as a way to kind of like communicate with people. Although I'm kind of experiencing some weird things with D Live. I don't know if the people who are watching are actually people or if they're bots. So I don't know. They never respond. They never upvote. But I'll have like 30 people on my stream, and they'll just be there. And I'm not sure. Feels a bit fishy, honestly, at this point in time. With that said, even still, viewership is still probably better than I would be getting if I was on Twitch, and it's definitely more profitable because I'd probably be making $0 period on Twitch if I did anything like that. Also, it's not connected to a social media page that I'm already utilizing to to a full extent, which is the fact that I already have a fairly decent number of followers on Steemit to begin with. Alright, so enough about that. What's going on with the game at the moment? The game is getting very close to the next patch, and the next patch is going to be really big really big changes. This patch is going to formulate the moment when I can actually start sort of browbeating people into saying, all right, if you like these kinds of shooters and you're not currently playing this game, or at least have it on your radar, then you're missing out. Um, you know, I could probably use stronger worded variations of such, but I'm not going to. Well, I mean, maybe I will. But the good thing about this is that it does actually mark a significant. Uh, well, it's a really great milestone for the game, and once you get to actually play the new patch, once you actually get to see the game in its new light, and see how much more gameplay, see the solutions that I implemented in order to kind of uh, bring it in so that people will replay the levels multiple times. And I have kind of like a new system, something that's kind of unique to Revulsion, I think, in this genre, is the idea of having levels that you enter from different directions. It's randomized, like what level gets played, but they're still handcrafted levels. Everything is still handcrafted, but your experience will be somewhat randomized. And it's being done in such a way to reduce monotony as much as possible within, the confines of the system. I mean, you're still playing the same maps over and over again, but you'll be starting from different locations, which actually could have significant effects on how the level actually flows. Like a certain door will be locked from one side, and now you have to actually go all the way around. You can't just continue on into the center of the map and then have exactly the same experience you had no matter which direction you entered from before. There's that kind of stuff is actually going on, and what you're seeing me working on right now is a brand new map. I just started it yesterday, and is already getting close to done. This is this is what I need right now in order to reach the point where I can actually safely put this patch out and say, all right, guys, a lot of the maps are gray box, but here's the new gameplay. Here's the direction the game is going, and I want to hear what you have to say. And I'm gonna this like the following month. So April. So April's gonna be a really big month for Revulsion. And the reason why is I'm going to focus on getting this entire mission into a pretty state. I I have a solidified flow for the entire game, and I'm gonna be able to actually feel confident enough to say, okay, guys, it's time to really look at this and say, and okay, the level of quality of the game has reached a point, has reached um, a fever pitch. So I need to get the ball rolling on it, on actual marketing and stuff. I've been kind of lukewarm about marketing. Mainly, I've just been kind of working on the game, and I haven't felt quite as confident yet. But at this point in the game's development life cycle, I say it's time to start being a little bit more confident. Um, so that's a really big thing. One of the other common questions everybody keeps asking. Oh well, are you going to be charging extra money for the DLC? And the answer is no. All of the DLC will be free. I am not charging additional anything. The bar for success is quite low. I've mentioned this many times before. There's no need for me to try to milk every dime. Like I'd be, it's insane. All I need to do is sell like 5,000 copies of the game. Like, and that's like less than what most people will ever like. Like most people with a halfway decent first-person shooter sell 50,000 copies. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. If I sold 20,000 copies, I'd be like, ah, you know, it'd be freaking ridiculous. I'd be flying through the air or something. Kind of weird thought. So, another thing that was brought up, and I want to discuss it more, but I'll have to think about it. But I want to have the potential of actually um, releasing either modding support, which is something that may have to happen. I may have to request help, or, and by modding support, I mean the ability to like build maps. Essentially, people can just build new maps for the game, or something like that. And then you have like the three loot types, and I don't know, such and such. Or, um, I might just release the development build of the game itself for free. But I have to reach a certain number of sales before I can actually do that. I I want to actually see people. I want to cultivate something with this. I don't just want to release it and like have it out there. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna work. I don't know how I can do it without causing problems. So one of the main problems right now with me going down this route is going to be, well, it's going to be like I have marketplace things that I'm utilizing for the development of the game itself. That's mostly the sounds. That's mostly, it's things like that. It's like sounds, music, um, particle effects are not mine. A lot of these, the music is definitely not mine. Um, what else? The that might be it. Oh, and the options menu, which would be kind of a shitty thing to lose. But if I was to rip that out, you wouldn't even have the ability to do key bindings and stuff. The only thing is, though, is if this did get, um, output onto something, where people could download it, a community could re-add stuff at their own leisure and actually like improve the game that way. That's one way that things could work out. Um, I don't know. The goal is cultivation and you know, creating more and more content. As far as releasing the DLC for like Undertunnels will come shortly after I get. I'm going to apply the same process that I did to the first episode. I'm going to apply the same process to the second episode, which is now the Undertunnels, and then the third episode as well. The third episode will be built that way. And what that's basically going to be is roughly 12 levels. Let me take a look. There actually probably be more. So I have to have, so in this case, the game starts off with two regular levels. These are the intro maps that kind of just get your feet wet. These are the tutorial levels. It's possible that each episode will have a sort of tutorial level of its own where you have to beat very specific set levels in a row before you can actually sort of begin, setting foot into the new realm. But then I have to have 4 starts and 4 tiles, which these are intermediary, large, semi-open-ended levels where you have to find power crystals. These are smaller scale levels where you have to find power crystals, 2 of them at a time. And then the uniques, which are usually a challenge or a boss fight or some kind of an ending, end cap to the experience. Now, there may be times there's a high chance that one of the things that's gonna happen is you'll see like I'll have like 5 or 6 uniques, but I'll still have the same number of regular tiles and starts and stuff like that as I continue to add more and more. What this lets me do is it lets me add just just continuously add more and more interesting content, like pretty much endlessly. Like I can just be like, okay, I made release a patch. I made another tile for the dark base. I made another unique. There's a new mission for the dark base now. You know what I mean? Like I can insert content very easily now, and it gives me just so much freedom. And the second episode, the Undertunnels, will right now it is comprised of just one map. Will be split up in the same way, and I'll do the same exact thing. I'll have 4 tiles, 4 starts, and at least 4 uniques, and then you fight Ogrimgor, which will be the 5th unique. In this case, episode 1 will have you fight the Abomination, which is a new enemy, which is a sort of a mini boss enemy. Okay, so with all of that said, I hope you guys um, are enjoying the live streams or enjoying things. I need to get more feedback, but I also want you to know that if you read in the description, I have opened up a Discord channel, and the Discord channel is fairly new. It's not. I should have had one much sooner, but I haven't had one yet. Um, but it's there now, and feel free to join and provide feedback. I don't even care. By the way, I have no problems if it turns out that you pirated the game. If you're enjoying the game, you're enjoying the game. If you have feedback, you have feedback. It doesn't matter. Um, yeah, like let me jump in and chat and stuff like that. Give me some feedback here so that I can know that I'm doing things. I'm going in the right direction. I have a feeling I'm fairly confident. I already said this. I spent most of the beginning of the video saying that that my confidence is high as far as this patch is concerned. But I have sort of a new found love towards pixel art, which means I'm going to be utilizing my skills a little bit more intensely for the environment details. So the game's going to hopefully, I'll be able to kind of escape the rigors of, it looks like Minecraft. At least maybe I can like upgrade that to like it looks like Strafe or something like that. So uh, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to keep doing this. I probably should keep up on the devlogs. The D Live live streams, I probably will have a compilation that just kind of like shows the story of everything that I was doing, so I could show like tiny clips, say what happened, and then show another tiny clip and say what happened. That would be cool. Like a fucking like doing my own documentary on everything that I'm doing. That'd be fucking awesome. And I could interview me all the time. I'm always available to me. It's like a snake eating its own tail. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this now. Stay tuned for more, and yeah, like I want to hear what you guys have to say and stuff. Like, let's get those the blood flowing.